Welcome to Money Chat Now. Money Chat Now is a politically charged stock market pre-show giving you the politics of the day and the biggest moves in the stock market. It is presented with comedic common sense and just the right amount of sarcasm by an expert in financial literacy. And hey, that's me, Larry Steinhouse. Today is Friday, November 11th, and I want to welcome you to the show. We are here live on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and YouTube. You can also find repeats of the show on Rumble and Spotify. Please search Money Chat Now and Larry Steinhouse, and then you can follow me there as well. And if you'd like to connect, you can connect to me at contactlarry.com. That's contactlarry.com. And there you will find my social media connections, my email, and my text message information as well. That's contactlarry.com. Hey, just remember, if you're watching online, hit that like button and hit that share button. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel and like the Money Chat Now page on Facebook. And, of course, you can also find Money Chat Now and the Larry Steinhouse Show on Spotify. So please go there and subscribe as well. And you can comment live during the show on YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter. And please say hi so I know you're watching. It's the only way I know. And if you haven't already joined the Money Chat Now fan page on Facebook, please do that as well. That way you can always see the show, because if you like the page, you can still view the show, when I'm in Facebook jail. And because I can only transmit there. So please also go to Money Chat Now page, like it, and that way you'll never miss a show. All right, so today we're going to be talking about the market recap. We're going to be talking about student loan forgiveness blocked. And we're going to be talking about Biden bragging and chicken and the Holocaust. My original name for that was a lot worse, but I was afraid that Facebook was going to, and LinkedIn and Twitter and all that stuff was going to throw me off. Wait till you hear this. Unbelievable. All right, Money Chat Now is brought to you by Investor Schooling. You can attend a complimentary class this Thursday by going to investorschooling.com, and there you will learn about real estate investing and stock options trading from those who do it every day. And we had a really great class last night, and you'll be having a great class next week as well if you want to show up. Real quick, I want to say hello to a couple of people who joined us. It looks like James is coming in from YouTube. Thanks, James. We got Michael coming in, and Bill coming in from YouTube, and Tom coming in, my lovely wife Linda. We got Dave coming in, and Mark, and Tommy, and Mike again. And thank you again to Mike for sharing. I appreciate you sharing yesterday. We had Mike sharing, and we had a couple other people sharing as well. Thank you as well. And do you know that how to share this program? Underneath the video is a share button. Just press the share button and choose from Share Now from the drop-down button. Thanks again. I really appreciate you guys to share it, and that's real helpful. All right, let's talk about what happened yesterday. So yesterday was a pure day of celebration in the market. No one cared about the red wave not coming anymore. All they cared about was the CPI number. Yesterday, I told you that the perfect number would be 7.7%. The perfect number, 7.7%, would be the number, right? Wall Street was projecting 7.9%, and I said 7.7% would do it. So basically what would happen is if it was too much lower, signs of a recession would have been upon us, and anything 7.9 or above would scare Wall Street into thinking the Fed would raise interest rates 75 basis points. So we got that perfect number and the perfect day in the stock market. Hallelujah, man. It was great. The S&P blew my mind yesterday when it went up 207 points. That never happens. The Dow also raced forward to climb 1,200 points. It's like Christmas in November. Every time I looked at the screen, it just got better and better. If you were in anything, you made money. Meta jumped another 10 points, and now it's 112. Damn, that 88 looks great now. I wish I did it. The Treasury yield plunged after the CPI report, with the 10-year Treasury yield falling roughly 30 basis points to 3.81 as traders bet the Federal Reserve would slow its aggressive tightening that's weighed on the market all year. The yield on a 2-year Treasury bond also dropped about 30 basis points to 4.32, and the U.S. dollar, another recent pressure point for stock, tumbled to its worst day since 2009. I know that's weird when you think the dollar going down is actually a good thing. I don't know. Anyway, silver and gold rose a bit as well. Gold went to $17.60 and silver went to $21.79. Even mortgage rates dropped below 7 in some places. What a day indeed. All the plays I suggested yesterday I'm in play with. I suggested that if the SPY exceeds 3,900, to buy a put on the SPY, and I also suggested that if Apple goes over 145, buy a put on that as well. I'll let you know how they both play out. I feel good about those plays. Basically, because there's going to be no catalyst in the market, and the up and coming earnings season, or the earnings season, is pretty much over. And of course, the Dow is now over 33,000. Actually, it's almost 34,000, which is amazing. All of this tells me that the next week will be dismal. So I bought the puts. On another note, you remember that segment I did yesterday on FTX crypto exchange? Well, apparently the CEO of the exchange, Sam Bankman-Fried. Yep. he has a hyphenated name. Whatever happened, by the way, whatever happened to those guys with hyphenated names anyway? I was waiting to see if this generation would have 6 names. You know, like when a hyphenated name married somebody else with a hyphenated name, and they all have offspring that married someone else with a hyphenated name, plus a first and last name, that would be 6 names. So come to think of it, hyphenated names kind of were the them, they 30 years ago. I wish these people would just stick to one ridiculous idea and run with it, instead of telling us how it's going to be. Anyway, this guy with the hyphenated name, Sam Bankman-Fried, was once considered the hero of the crypto world. He is now taking full responsibility for the collapse of the company and losses to all of the users of his platform of FTX. He actually tweeted this: "I'm sorry, that's the biggest thing I effed up, and I should have done better." This guy's going to regret that tweet. I'll bet every lawyer with a cheap suit is making this commercial. "Do you have crypto with this man? You mightn't be entitled to damages, blah, blah, blah." Ugh. Anyway, it appears that the exchange FTX will no longer be around unless someone picks it up for an amazing bargain. Not too long ago, it was worth $32 billion. Anyway, today will be interesting. We will also probably see the profit takers wait until about 11 o'clock to start pulling their money out. And then they're going to get a little more steak and some gravy from the rally, but that's going to be the end of it. We will also then see many investors follow through, and by 2 o'clock, I would expect all the gains for today to be gone, and probably the closing of the market will end negative. It's just a hunch, of course, but watch and see. All right, let's take a quick look at the futures and see what's going on right now. We have the Dow is up 136, we have the S&P is up 20, and we have the NASDAQ is up 55. And real quick, I want to say hello to a couple of people online joining us. It looks like we have Jennifer joined us, and we have Deb joining us, and Kevin, and Rob. Hey, Jennifer, how are you? That's my neighbor. I'm so excited she joined us. I think this might be the first time she's ever watched the show. You're going to enjoy this stuff, so definitely enjoy. Let's talk about student loan forgiveness again. You know, I was searching for a story today, and I actually found something tucked away under all the political stories about who was going to win the House, right? But I found this article in which a U.S. judge in Texas has blocked Biden's plan to cancel student loans. Now, you might know, the student loan forgiveness, that is, right? You might know that the student loan forgiveness plan was on hold as a lawsuit was brought to the courts. The lawsuit was about the fact that forgiving student loans would harm others. As I explained a few weeks ago, the student loan forgiveness was done without an act of Congress, but instead it was done with the stroke of a pen by Biden. He claimed that under the Emergency Powers Act of COVID, he can use what is known as the HEROES Act to forgive the student loans. The HEROES Act gives broad powers to those in need during war. He connected the dots and claimed that he can forgive the student loan under the guise of war against COVID. Well, this act has stipulations that says if one thing in the act causes another one to suffer, then the suffering party either needs to be made whole or the first act could not be carried out. So, some Republicans filed lawsuits stating that taxpayers would be harmed, as well as the loan servicing companies who made money servicing the payments would be harmed. So, because this is such a vague lawsuit, it was thrown out. Well, the plaintiffs kept bringing it to higher and higher courts, and basically they were trying to get the plan. They actually ended up getting the plan to forgive the student loans on hold for now. Now, just so you guys know, I mean, I've said this before, I was happy for the people who got the forgiveness, and I explained it was because I hated the whole student loan process of lending money to someone who doesn't understand money at all, and then delaying their payments for 4 years while it accrues interest, all in the sake of not disappointing their parents by going to some overpriced, under-delivering school. With that being said, I was also pissed that Biden used the emergency powers granted to him by the scamdemic and abused them for this purpose. Well, apparently there are others who felt the same way. While people were arguing about the possible damages this has on others, like the taxpayer and the loan servicing company and another group of Republicans filed a lawsuit that Biden does not have the power to do this, and it's unconstitutional. Ooh. So District Court Judge Mark Pittman, of whom the case was brought to, said this: "In this country, we are not ruled by an all-powerful executive with a pen and a phone. Instead, we are ruled by a constitution that provides for 3 distinct and independent branches of government." Pittman has effectively canceled the student loan forgiveness program, at least for now. And he did it with sound reasoning. You know, I'm sure this will be working its way up to the Supreme Court, and we already know the Supreme Court is not going to let this pass. Biden basically cheated the system to try to accomplish a campaign promise. Of course, he also did this to buy votes in the midterm. I don't actually think it swayed many voters into voting Democrat, but that was the plan. Now he has to save face. Of course, we will hear about this is all the Republicans' fault, and if they would have just left it alone, blah, 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 student loans will be canceled. No, Biden, it's about the Constitution. We have a set of rules to follow. You know, like the rules that they still use in Florida. You and your lefty cronies are not dictators no matter how many votes you received, real or not real. You have to follow the rules of law written by the founders of this country. So we wait and see if the forgiveness will be forgotten or overturned. Meanwhile, the student loan forgiveness website is still taking applications, and millions wait to hear their fate on this program. I got to tell you, I'm just blown away by this, and the fact that half the people out there still think they're getting their student loan forgiven, and they already think they've gotten it, and they're not going to get it, and it's a nightmare. Anyway, let's take a break. I'll see you guys in a minute.
Okay, so you thought about buying and selling real estate. You've thought about investing in the stock market, but don't know where to start. Well, what if you could find a place to unlock strategies to master both real estate and the stock market, all without the headache? That place is Investor Schooling, hosted by Larry Steinhouse, an expert in real estate, financial literacy, and the ins and outs of the stock market. You can attend Investor Schooling in person or online 8 times a month. You can and will learn how to make money in real estate, and you will learn mastery of stock techniques such as options and covered calls. You will even get a chance to ask one of your burning questions to the stock options sultan, the master of picks and plays. Call 866-424-2829 for free information and receive a complimentary pass to attend classes, or register online at investorschooling.com. Don't delay. These passes are limited. So what are you waiting for? Call 866-424-2829. That's 866-424-2829. Or visit investorschooling.com. That's investorschooling.com.
All right, welcome back to Money Chat Now. I'm your host, Larry Steinhouse, and if you'd like more information on investor schooling, you can go to investorschooling.com or call 866-424-2829. That's 866-424-2829. I want to welcome you back to the show. We're here live on Facebook, Twinkton? We're here on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and YouTube, and you can also find repeats of the show on Rumble and Spotify. Please search Money Chat Now and Larry Steinhouse on Spotify. Like and subscribe there as well. And if you'd like to connect to me personally, you can go to contactlarry.com. That's contactlarry.com, and there you'll find my social media connections, my email, and my text message information. That's contactlarry.com. All right, a couple people have joined us too. Hey, Deb and Kevin and Rob and Ken the Democrat. We got Art. We got Barbara. I agree with you, Ken. He said something about making student loan forgiveness interest-free, but there's more to it than that. I actually think what they should do is they should make them forgivable too. I mean, you can't even get out of your student loan if you go bankrupt. It's ridiculous. All right, and we also have James saying hi too. This is okay. All right. So far, we've been discussing, of course, the market recap. Right now, the Dow is up 138, the S&P is up 19, and the Nasdaq is up 52. We talked about student loan forgiveness being blocked. I don't know. It's a tough one for me because I really hate student loans. And on the other side, I really don't like the way Biden did what he did. Coming up, we got Biden bragging. And once again, chicken and the Holocaust. Oh, just wait till you hear this story. And of course, today's picks and plays. But did you guys hit that like button yet? Did you guys hit that share button? Come on, everybody, hit that share button. If you're watching the show, hit the share button. Please leave me a comment and say hi if you haven't already. Leave me a comment is the only way I know you're watching, so please share and like as well. We also, don't forget to order my new book. It's called Money Hacks, and if you ordered it, please leave me a review on Amazon. I really appreciate it. Let's talk about Biden bragging about his anti-inflation. I mean, come on, right? This is definitely from the Biden is completely out of touch with reality files. Biden is actually bragging about the inflation numbers yesterday. Yes, folks, he's taking credit for reducing inflation and making the CPI report come in lower. Is he out of his mind? Biden actually said this in a video shared on Twitter. Folks, my economic plan is showing results. The people are starting to feel it. We are making progress on bringing down inflation without losing jobs. His economic plan? What economic plan? No. I mean, seriously, what economic plan? He added, Americans are paying around $1.20 less per gallon of gas than they were this summer. When will the populace wake up and realize that they're paying $1.50 more in gas than when he got his assumed presidency? Gas prices were the highest ever recorded this summer, and most people attribute this to Biden's discontinuation of domestic oil production and his failure to allow oil companies to boost their supplies. He caused the problem, and now he made the problem that he caused less of a problem, but it's still a big problem. And gas prices are rising again, absolutely. Many have no fuel and can't afford fuel to heat their homes. Oh, by the way, hey, I was thinking about putting together a sweater and coat drive for all those who have no heat this year. I will distribute them. But I'll have to answer one question first. I will ask, who did you vote for? If they say a Democrat, then I say, no coat for you. After all, they voted to have this problem. Biden actually tweeted this. It's going to take time to get inflation back to normal levels, and we could see setbacks along the way. But with gas prices decreasing, grocery store costs easing, and millions saving on health insurance, we're keeping at it to get families help with the cost of living. It's hard to even read his writing. Of course, he put his foot in his mouth and then said, "We're on the right track." We're not losing jobs. We are losing jobs. We're losing jobs like crazy. In the meantime, I'm going to keep fighting. He says, we're not losing jobs. In the meantime, we're going to keep fighting to build the economy from bottom to the middle out. Not losing jobs. I mean, ugh. Didn't Facebook just lose 1,100 people yesterday? Didn't Twitter just let half their staff go? The layoffs are here. They will only get worse next year. Prices are not coming down. They're just not going up as fast anymore. Inflation is killing the average worker and will continue. Biden bragged about his so-called inflation reduction on the heels of his speech talking about the red wave that did not happen. He is seriously delusional. He did not bring prices down, nor did he change anything for Americans in any way. He continued to make the same statement over and over again that he's saving the elderly $800 a year by capping what Medicare and Medicaid will pay for prescription drugs. Aren't you glad that if you're really, really old and feeble that you saved $800? Man, with $800, I could see everything I always wanted to see. And I could have some change left over. Yeah, basically, he saved the elderly enough money to buy a television set, assuming they don't already have one. But putting gas in your tank and food in your family, that's not important? Well, this is what America wants. This is what America gets. You could use the analogy of the stupid leading the stupid, but I wouldn't want to insult stupid people. These people are just plain brain damage. No, really, brain damage. Imagine Biden and Fetterman having a conversation. Imagine being in the same room when the two of them are having a conversation. Can you imagine? Biden would say, we need to do the thing. And Fetterman would say, I like the thing. The thing. I'm for the thing. I'm for the thing. It would be like two 4-year-olds having a conversation in daycare. If these are the leaders, could you imagine the followers? Damn, we are doomed. All right. I'm going to say what I originally named this. And I'm going to tell you, I hope I don't get thrown off of YouTube for saying what I originally named this next section. It was named Chicken and Death to the Jews. Oh, man. You know, sometimes I want to reach through the screen and I want to find the person in charge of a major screw-up like the one I read about KFC in Germany. Do you all know what Kristallnacht is? For those who are unfamiliar, on the night of November 9th, 1938, violent anti-Jewish demonstrators broke out in Germany, Austria, and parts of Czechoslovakia. It was named Kristallnacht because the anti-Jews broke windows of the Jewish residences and shops, and many say it was literally the beginning of the Holocaust. You know, the genocide of all the Jews, the Holocaust. Well, KFC in Germany, of all places, sent out an ad for their restaurants with the following headline. It's Memorial Day for Kristallnacht. Treat yourself with more tender cheese on your crispy chicken, now at KFC Cheese. Yes, treat yourself with extra cheese as you think about your relatives being escorted into the gas chambers. Treat yourself with extra cheese as you think about your relatives being put on a boxcars while being transported to a concentration camp while they wait for death. Oh, and of course, treat yourself to extra cheese as you think about your relatives who were killed by starvation and as the lucky ones surrounding them were killed early. Oh wait, maybe this advertisement was meant for the German people who still think we should wipe out the Jews off the planet. Why else would you reward yourself with more cheese on Kristallnacht? Is KFC out of their freaking minds? Talk about insensitive and just plain wrong. Well, Yum Brands, who owns KFC, apologized for this by issuing a statement that said the following. The notification contained in an obviously unplanned, insensitive, and unacceptable message. Unplanned? Unplanned? What the hell does that mean? Unplanned. So did y'all think that the stupid promotion? Did y'all think of the stupid promotion and then say, "Hey, we will plan it another day"? How does the promotion even get written? Where are the writers? Are they unplanned as well? Duh, boss. I don't know what happened. The words I put in the computer, they were just unplanned. I can't explain it. Unplanned my ass. Wait till you hear their excuse. The fried chicken chain said that it uses a bot linked to national observances to create notifications for its mobile app. KFC said that the chain's internal review process wasn't followed properly, resulting in the alert to go out to customers. What review process? This is a bunch of anti-Semites sending text messages through an app owned by their company, and you allowed it. What will be the next one say? It's Juneteenth, and all you niggas should come down for some fried chicken and get some complimentary watermelon for dessert. Holy crap! Maybe KFC should hire Yee as the next spokesperson. Let's take a break here, and when we come back, we'll be discussing the picks and plays. Hi, I'm Larry Steinhouse, and one of the most misunderstood things in America is money. That's why I've written this book. It's called Money Hacks, because everything you think you know about money is wrong. And I'm telling you, everything you think you know about money is wrong. When you read this book, you will learn things about money that you did not know. You will even learn if money can buy you happiness. I have a full chapter dedicated to that. You're going to definitely want to read that. I talk about how to use other people's money to buy real estate. I talk about how to save more money, and I even talk about how to rebuild your credit score in this book. There are 22 amazing chapters in this book. This book is now available everywhere. It's available on Amazon. It's available on barnesandnoble.com. And you can order this book right now, and you'll have it in 2 days, and you'll start learning things about money that you never knew before. So order the book right now. Go to Amazon, go to barnesandnoble.com, and order the book, Money Hacks by Larry Steinhouse. All right, welcome back to Money Chat Now. I've calmed down. Anyway, I'm your host, Larry Steinhouse. Did you know that we have a Spotify channel? That's right. Go to Spotify. You can look up Money Chat Now and Larry Steinhouse and subscribe to the Money Chat Now. That's right. You can listen to that last report. I'm sure you want to play it for all your friends who go to KFC, which I don't think I'm ever going to go to again. Anyway, they're broken out for your enjoyment. Look up Money Chat Now on Spotify and subscribe. You should also remember that my interviews are also continuing. If you or someone you know would benefit from being interviewed by me, please reach out at contactlarry.com or hit me up in Messenger. The interviews, as you know, they're fun and they're informative, and they're great publicity for your business. And by the way, we're still looking for sponsors of the show. We have new sponsors starting next week. I'll tell you about that next week. And the sponsorship will also show up on PHT and here as well. All right, so far we've been talking, of course, the market recap. Right now, the Dow is up 123, the S&P is up 16, and the NASDAQ is up 46. We talked about student loan forgiveness being blocked. We talked about Biden bragging that he's bringing inflation down. He's out of his mind. And, of course, we talked about KFC, the Jew haters. I don't even know what else to say. All right, and coming up, of course, we have today's picks and plays. But did you guys hit that like button? Did you guys hit that share button? Tell all your friends about the show. Let them know it's both entertaining and educational. Please share it on your page or in groups that you feel will also enjoy the show. All right, let's talk about today. Today will be calmer than yesterday. I actually expect the Dow to finish down today. The profit takers will be taking their stake in the morning, and then the others will follow. It's also Friday, and Fridays always bring volatility. I'm also not convinced that a bull market is forming. It's really still a bear market. The consumer confidence report is also going to be released today, and this could cause some damage to gains as well. It's going to be released about 10 o'clock, and we'll see how the report affects the market. Earnings season is also almost over. We have about 50 50 companies reporting today, and there's really no notable names. Monday has about 240 companies. Most of them are retail companies, and that's usually the end of earnings season as we get the retail report. So Monday has about 240 companies reporting, and again, nothing notable. After that season ends, it'll be mid-November, and we head into the holidays. Now, I'm in a couple of put plays right now. As I said before, I have a SPY put, I have an Apple put. I do expect the market to drop shortly. The market will also react to whether the Republicans take the House. I'm kind of losing confidence every day as the Democrats keep finding unopened ballots from people who voted Democrat. Sounds familiar, doesn't it? Oh, wait, I didn't say that. Oh, my goodness. Well, let's take a final look at the futures. Let's see what this morning will bring and where we are right now. We got the Dow up 134. We got the S&P up 18. And we got the Nasdaq up 53. Like I said before, I really don't think this is going to stay there. I think it's going to fall by the end of the day, and I think that that it's just going to be one of those days where you get just a normal day. The market starts off good, and then it drops. All right, on the crypto scene, crypto had a nice upward push yesterday as the market rallied. However, it's still far from the price of the end of last month. That's not that far ago. Bitcoin moved up from its 2-year low to 17,200 yesterday, and Ethereum moved up to 1274. Still don't like these deals. Gold and silver are also starting to move up with the recession fear increasing and the dollar dropping. Gold is now over 1,700 and pushing 1,800 again, and silver is pushing 22. Get in. These guys are going to move. The Treasury bond also pulled back to 3.8%. And this concerns me. I've said this before. I said, I realize that it's much better when the Treasury bond number is low. And obviously, the lower, the better. But I actually really believe that we need to keep this number above 4. Now, of course, when it drops below 4 like it did yesterday, you're going to have crazy numbers like 1,200-point pops, which is great. But we can't have them too often. That's the problem. Because when it goes over 4, you're going to have 1,200-point drops. So I like to see it above 4. I like to see it stay there, and then when it finally decides to settle back down below 4 and stay there, that'll be fine. Anyway, the average mortgage rate actually moved down and is now 7.5% for a 30-year fix. So that's actually pretty good too. Good news for some people getting mortgages. Oil moved up about $5 a barrel and is just on the cusp of 90. The average gas price is moving up, and it's now $3.90. I know everywhere I see it is $4, so I don't know why this says $3.90. Hey, I want to thank you all for watching Money Chat Now. We are here live every morning at 7:30 on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and YouTube. And if you watch for the show for the first time, thank you. And you can watch us every day at 7:30. And you can also find repeats of the show on Rumble and Spotify. My name is Larry Steinhouse. I am the host of Money Chat Now, and I am the CEO of Investor Schooling. And remember, you can contact me directly at contactlarry.com. That's contactlarry.com. Don't forget, have a great weekend and make it a profitable day.